Hey, greetings everybody. Welcome back this Monday morning, December 2nd. Glad to have you guys here. Please don't mind my dogs. My youngest chihuahua is not feeling all that well, so she's very irritable. So you're going to hear her bark quite a bit, but I do apologize for that. Nothing really I can do about that regardless. She's just been having a real tough time and everything like that with the weather change and everything. So give a shout out to my dog Courage. Hopefully she'll feel better soon. But she's doing all right though. The vet said she'd be fine. Just keep her hydrated. That's pretty much just the gist of it. But anyways, today's podcast, main topic discussion: fixed wireless access with T-Mobile home internet. How that's been working out for me, what my feelings are of my experience with T-Mobile home internet, and how that's all played out. And there's some other things that I want to talk about, like miscellaneous stuff regarding mobile technology, the YouTube channel, and everything like that. So all that coming up in today's episode. But good morning to everybody, and glad to have you guys here. And so we're gonna kick the tires and light the fires. Basically, starting off with that right there. If you guys would like to try out Helium Mobile, you definitely can do so just by using scanning that QR code, which will also remain in the upper left corner too as well. So when this one's not, on the display, everybody else could still scan that QR code, which says 1 month free. That's the QR code as well. So both of these two, well, I'm like moving my mouse like you guys can see my screen, but both this one and that one, you would scan that and basically it will get you through getting set up with Helium Mobile and getting your first month for free with the promo code, which is also in the description, by the way, as well. Smash the like button because that definitely helps out the channel. We truly appreciate it. And if it's your first time here and you like what you see, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future when I go live, or when I post a video, which I am working on a video that will be out later on this afternoon today. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Other than that, if you guys want to tell me how you guys are doing, I would definitely love to know. One of the craziest things basically is, just like how life has been for a lot of people, right? We're already to the end of the year, right? We're in December 2nd, 23 days until Christmas. Man, oh man, this is going to be very interesting. But yeah, 23 days until Christmas. We're right on the border of 2025. So things will get absolutely interesting. Anyways, all right, so let's just kind of get into it. If you're watching the replay, #replay crew, so I know that you watched the replay. But for those who don't know, my internet service provider has been T-Mobile home internet, and that is with Metro by T-Mobile. So both T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile have the home internet fixed wireless access plan. Of course, with Metro by T-Mobile, they kind of made some changes I just recently saw. So I'll probably end up calling into customer care to seeing how my home internet line could be reduced plan-wise. But then again, I have to look into the details of why they're charging $40 a month with autopay for fixed wireless access home internet. Because I'm currently paying $50 for it. It's $55 without autopay, $50 with autopay. And yeah, so I'm very curious. I'm very curious to know what the differences are. Up until recently, T-Mobile home internet basically it's supposed to be used at the address listed. However, for a little bit of time, we were able to actually plug it in your car if you had like a power inverter to change from the USB or the cigarette line, like the cigarette lighter port. And connect one of those where you can plug in a DC power line. And it used to be you could actually do that and have the router box in your car and drive around, and you'd be able to have Wi-Fi on the go. They have since did a geo lock on these home internet gateways. Unless you pay for a higher tier plan with T-Mobile, you can then make it mobile where you can go anywhere you want with it, as long as there's a T-Mobile connection and the towers within that vicinity support the connection from the gateway. This is the reason why that when you try to go and sign up for T-Mobile home internet, it wants you to put in your address, because if there's like a bunch of people in my area that have this, they don't want to overstress the towers. So you may not, it may say unavailable in your area, but it doesn't mean that it's not available. It just means that there's too many people that have it in your area. So once T-Mobile home internet came to Metro by T-Mobile, I subscribed as quickly as possible to it, to have that, because basically for like $50 a month, I'm getting way better speeds than what I was getting with Cox Internet. That's such a weird name to have. But anyways, yeah, I used to have Cox Home Internet, and my speeds were like 150 by, I think it was like by 50, is what they were giving me for $79.99 a month, and then I had to pay additional if I wanted to remove the data cap. So if I just paid the $79.99 a month with taxes, fees, surcharges, came out to about $93 a month for home internet. I think it was like 500 gigabyte limit of data usage, and once I did that, then they would they would hard throttle my home internet through them. So paying an additional 50 raises that amount. Well, no, it was, yeah, paying the extra 50 actually made it fully unlimited with Cox Internet. And so that was quite expensive. Basically, what I was paying per month for home internet with the company, Cox Internet, I was literally paying close to about $143.78 a month. That's what I remember it to be, well over 2 years ago. So I made the switch because I already had a Metro by T-Mobile. I had a family plan on Metro by T-Mobile at the time, and so we went ahead and we just switched, internet home internet service provider. We switched that out. Ended up getting the gateway and adding a line to my Metro account for T-Mobile home internet. And since then, you know what? Like, I'll be honest with people. I know some people don't like T-Mobile and they just love to be very critical about critiquing them. And yes, T-Mobile has, some things that, they've been dishonest about. I think a lot of companies tend to do that. The home internet service felt like it got better. Yeah. I would agree and say the same thing. But overall, the home internet service has actually, it's been able to handle what I needed to do. Accessing the internet from any of my devices, whether it's my smartphones, my tablet, my iPad, my PC, any of the game systems that we have, my kids' phones, their tablets, it's been able to handle. Now, it's not like 100% perfect. It's not like, it's not like there hasn't been times where there's been hiccups here and there. There's been like a little lag, a little stutter. Latency has been kind of crappy at times. That has happened over the 2 years I've had T-Mobile home internet service. But for the majority part, it's been fairly okay. My live streams are done over the T-Mobile home internet. If you guys didn't know, now you know. Now it's a matter of Verizon versus T-Mobile. Verizon, I've heard a lot of good things about Verizon home internet. The problem is that for me, every time when I do a check, like an address check, it says it's available, and then I rush out, to the nearest store to basically, start trying to sign up for the Verizon home internet, get the gateway, get everything going. But by the time that I get there and they do an address check there, then it's like, it's not available. So like Verizon home internet is pretty popular here in Phoenix, Arizona, in my area that I live at. I guess people are checking constantly, and when they find out that there's availability, they're up and at it and ready to order. So, same thing like here. Like, I think right now, if anyone was to use an address nearby where I live to try to get T-Mobile home internet, it's going to tell you it's unavailable, because there's a lot of people in this neighborhood that have already gotten the T-Mobile home internet. And so they don't want to overstress the towers, the 3 towers that are nearby me. They don't want to overstress it with, so much activity on the home internet side of things. So they claim unavailability. That totally sucks. So it's a matter of waiting until um, T-Mobile is not T-Mobile, but Verizon is open. You're curious if it supports ultra wideband? I think it does. I'm not sure. I think it does. That remains to be seen. Now, what I'm going to do for you guys right now. Hopefully, this doesn't crash out or anything like that. But yeah, okay. So we have a speed test here. I'm going to run a couple of speed tests live. And let's see how it does. Usually underperforming, but look at that latency. That latency was bad. Oh, that latency is bad. I don't know if you guys can see the latency on it, but that's pretty bad. So 173.07 on the down. And the background music just crashed out. Just from doing a speed test. That is crazy. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but that was pretty crazy. If it blew your eardrums, I'm sorry. Anyways. Okay, so let's do that. And let's go again. One more speed test. One more. Let me know if the audio is still good or if it crashed out. I know the music part crashed out, so. And this is just like, it's kind of been like this lately just because there's been more and more and more people like signing up. So on an average, I would say maybe like 10 o'clock at night, I can hit like, 250 megabits per second. That's crazy. But right now it's like 144.39. Latency was 266. So we get a ping of 24 milliseconds. And then the upload is doing better now. Now it's, at 109.12. Oh, you guys hear my dog barking? Every little sound. We'll do it one more time. One more speed test for the road. Audio is okay, just the music crashed, right? So you heard that little white noise. That yeah, the background music crashed. And here we go again. This is probably one of the things that people do kind of look at when it comes to T-Mobile is the inconsistency here, right? So you guys saw 3 different speed tests. This one right now only going up to about like 91.14 on the down, and 119.20 on the up. 47 millisecond ping, 145 on the loaded down, and about 260. What's that? 208 on the up. So let's see if I can get some music playing here. Hopefully. That's a little better. Anyways, okay, so T-Mobile home internet currently going right now for $45 and then $40 with auto pay. You can check availability. Right, no credit check. I guess you could try them out for 14 days. They'll help you switch, get up to $750 to buy out your current internet contract via virtual prepaid MasterCard after your 3rd monthly payment. And then you can control the gateway with the T-Life app. And it just gives you a little explanation, the difference between 5G home internet connection and cable, or like fiber and DSL. And some of the questions here with the FAQs tells you here, if I move, can I take my Wi-Fi gateway with me? It says yes, customers are required to call Metro Care prior to moving to confirm that the Wi-Fi gateway will work at the new address. If home internet service is available at the new address, you can use it as soon as you move in. So, for those who want to know. No, I haven't tried that. I have not tried that at all whatsoever. So as you guys saw, live demonstration. It's not perfect. I'm sure that there's a lot of telco speckies that could rip apart the T-Mobile home internet. And by right, they're able to, because if people think that this is a super viable option to replace fiber internet, I would say no, right? Gigabyte speeds on fiber internet is clear winner when it comes down to it. But if you need to be able to, video chat with people, if you need to be able to get work done, you can. When working for Boost Mobile customer care, I was using the T-Mobile home internet as my Wi-Fi source to work remotely from home. When working for Carvana under the underwriting team, we had a hybrid schedule where it was 3 days in office, 2 days at home. And when I was working remotely from home, I was using the T-Mobile home internet and had no problems at all being able to get my work done. Live streaming, I'm able to do it to an extent. Sometimes I have good days. Some days I have bad days where it's really bad and it glitches out, freezes. That happens. But for the most part, I'm able to podcast though, using the T-Mobile home internet, uploading my videos to YouTube, T-Mobile home internet, watching movies on my smart TV, T-Mobile home internet. My daughter and her Fortnite gaming channel, she live streams gameplay for Fortnite. She's been doing that this past week. And she's able to game in high resolution and live stream it to her YouTube channel from her PS5. So for the most part, I would say T-Mobile home internet is like 85% good for what we would want and need out of a home internet service provider. And the fact that it's just literally plug and play makes it even more better. So there's no damage to your apartment structure. If you live in an apartment, you don't have to have somebody come drill holes in the wall, feeding cable through. You don't need to go through any of that stuff. All you literally need is just a gateway, a power source, plug it in, set it up, and you're good to go. Start having everything connect. And the home gateway that I have has 2 Ethernet ports. So one of the Ethernet ports is connected to my PC. Everything else is connected by Wi-Fi. Yep, happy Cyber Monday, Brian. For those out there who are shopping Cyber Monday, hopefully you guys get something cool. And you guys that watch the replay and bought something for Cyber Monday, you guys can comment, what did you guys pick up that you're excited for and can't wait for it to show up? I grabbed a couple of cases. One more case is coming. It'll be here tomorrow, but that is for my iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's pretty much the same case like my iPhone 12 here. Pretty much the same case as this, just for the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I wish, honestly, switching out topics, I kind of wish they would have something like this for Google Pixels, like a case that has a graphics like this. I really wish they would have something like this for Google Pixels. They don't. Like, they have like basic cases, like something like this. I think this is a pretty cool case. I like it, for its protection and everything like that on my device. But I kind of wish they had something that had a bit of fun graphics for it. Like, you can find them for iPhones pretty much. You can find some for, Samsung Galaxies, which I'm kind of mad at them for, because you can see there's a rip in the design at the bottom. That is an actual rip in it. So it's almost like they took a clear case and just kind of like screened a sticker onto it. So I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they'll send me a replacement case. I don't like that. But Samsung and Apple, their devices tend to get some pretty cool stuff. Google Pixels tend to fall short. I mean, there's a couple of them I've seen out there, but they're very girly, and I wouldn't rock that. There was one that had a design, not like an astronaut design like my iPhone 12, but it has something similar to like how this design is. Little fun stuff on the side. And it was for the Google Pixel 8a, but it was a lot of floral patterns. And I'm just not gonna rock that. I would want something that is neutral, or something a bit more masculine, right? And that's something that I find that's just strange. I mean, I'm happy to see that Google Pixels are in fact getting in more people's hands that are non-techies, non-nerds, non-YouTube creators, non-Instagram influencers, right? Just everyday people that want a pretty good phone. And I'm starting to see a lot of Google Pixel cycling out there in the real world, and that's always great. You know, I just kind of wish that third-party accessory manufacturers would kind of get with the program with that and kind of, you know, build something very similar to that. So, you know, I mean, what we have right now as far as cases for Google Pixels, they're kind of bland and boring. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, I am going to end out here in a little bit because I got other things I got to get done today. There is a podcast that's happening on the wrestling channel that has to do with, you know, Survivor Series. That's coming up here right after. And then maybe a reaction live stream too as well on my Varieties channel. But I also have things I got to get have to get to later on around noon in afternoon time. So the last thing I kind of want to finish out this quick live stream with is a question that, you know, I got regarding why am I talking about Boost Mobile and Metro and, you know, basically the MVNOs and prepaids. In a nutshell, to kind of explain that, why I'm not, you know, focused on getting Verizon postpaid, T-Mobile postpaid, AT&T postpaid. My channel has always been on, you know, the preference of saving money. Early videos way back in the day, it was always about that. It was always, you know, about showing people how to, you know, root their phone and add and adopt more storage with an SD card to their device instead of having to, you know, settle for having to spend money on a flagship phone. And I feel the same way about phone service. So when I pitched the idea of like Helium Mobile or Boost Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile or Mobile X, any of these brands, is because these are money saving. These are money saving options. Okay. Sure, if you have all the money in the world and you know money's no object for you, you know, you can go with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, but you cannot get upset if I'm saying, like, rather than going postpaid, here are some prepaid options that gives you something very similar that won't cost you a lot. Like, you know, instead of signing up with Metro by T-Mobile, but T-Mobile, instead of signing up for T-Mobile and going through all their T-Mobile Go plans, Go 5G or whatever they have, right? And you're spending like $70, $80, $90, $100 for service when you can go with Metro by T-Mobile. Now, yes, Metro by T-Mobile has plans that are, you know, slightly getting closer to postpaid, like the Metro Flex plans, but you also have the $25 unlimited plan. Now, if you have home internet service, then you really don't need the hotspot for Metro. So you can deal with just unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data. And the data is truly unlimited, right? I mean, there's deprioritization moments where if you're in an area of congestion, your speeds will slightly reduce if you've used more than 35 gigabytes of high-speed data. But once you're out of the congested area, your speeds return back to normal, and that's pretty solid. Now, for those that are more rooted in being at $25, yeah, Boost Mobile is $25. It is 30 gigs of high-speed data, but it's $25. Okay, and if you're somebody that's always on home Wi-Fi and you check your data usage every month and realize that you don't go past 30 gigs, then why worry about unlimited when you can just pay 25 bucks and not go over what you normally go over? And you're spending less than, you know, what AT&T would have you at an $80 to $90 bill. I mean, that's money savings, right? And the same with Helium, 20 bucks a month. You know, the same with Cricket and all these other companies, right? So that has always been the reasonings of why, like, I heavily promote prepaid MVNOs over postpaid why that, for so many years that I've been on YouTube and making videos, the only one time that I've ever really went to a postpaid plan was when I signed up for Verizon, and I was on Verizon for a couple of months, and just decided to go to Visible afterwards and just give up the Verizon postpaid. Yes, postpaid gives you a lot of bells and whistles, right? You get streaming services added on, you get cloud storage natively given to you from Verizon or whatever, but I mean, those are all additional things that, you could really live without. When you're really focusing down on phone service, you strip all that stuff away, and it's really all about what are you getting. And if you're, say again, let's compare Metro to T-Mobile. If you're on the $25 plan on Metro, which is unlimited talk, text, and data, no international services, no hotspot, just the unlimited talk, text, and data, the root core things you do with your phone. And then you look at T-Mobile and its root things, which is unlimited talk, text, and data. You're going to see a significant difference in price for what you're getting service-wise. Now, yes, there are tiers of connection, right? QCIs, you probably heard people talk about QCI levels, right? And that's just, the level of access and priority that you have over all the other phone lines out there, right? So if you're a business account, you're going to have more priority on the network for the service provider than just a regular person or a prepaid person. That's just the way of it. That's just the way it is, right? So yes, you are paying more for priority. But at the end of the day, if you're just getting on Facebook and saying what's up to people and liking people's posts and sharing memes and GIFs, if you're sending emails and checking emails, if you're, watching content on a small phone and 480p doesn't rack your brain, then what is really the point of having the priority level? Okay, some will disagree with me on that. And I know what it means to have the priority level if you are a business company. I know what it means to have the priority level if you have the money to burn it. By all means, burn it. But you can also basically just be able to do the same things that you normally do for social media and stuff like that on a prepaid provider. Yes, lower priority than business and postpaid, but still be able to do the things that you do. Still be able to post on X, post on Threads. You'll still be able to do all those things. It doesn't make it much faster between between postpaid and prepaid. Sending a post on X, it's not significantly slower on prepaid versus postpaid. Okay. Gaming will probably be something that's affected. If you're a gamer, then yes, having priority access on the internet will probably matter to you if you're gaming off the mobile data connection and not home Wi-Fi. So that is my reasonings. I'm always trying to help people save money. These days, things cost way more than what it did when I was growing up. A Whopper when I was growing up, as a teenager, in junior high and in high school, used to be 99 cents with cheese. A Whopper today is like $3-4 with cheese. Used to buy a Whopper value meal and it was like $3.99, and you would pay like 59 cents more to make it, really large. A Whopper meal today is now like $7, almost $8. And that's if you don't make it the super large size. Same at McDonald's. Quarter pounder is like freaking $8 for a value meal. Supersize it and it becomes 9 something, right? So if you're going out to eat at a fast food restaurant today, literally just to have a decent meal, each person needs to bring about $10. Where back in the day, $10 used to be able to feed 2 people a value meal from a fast food restaurant. You go to gas. When I was growing up, gas was like 98 cents a gallon. Up until like my young adulthood, it was like $1.25 a gallon. Now where I'm at, gas is like $3.50 to $4 a gallon where I'm at. Some places it's like $5 to $6. Some places it's at $7 a gallon, right? Milk used to be 89 cents when I was growing up. It was $1.13 when I was, a teenager into my young adulthood. Now milk is like, in my city, some value places, it's like $2.59 a gallon. Name brand, it's like, $3.99 a gallon. certain places like Hawaii, it's like $7 to $8 a gallon of milk, right? Everything is costing more. So I've always been one to want to push things that will help you save money. So it's one less thing you really have to worry about. You'll still have phone service. You'll still have mobile data connection for your smartphone devices, but you'll be paying significantly less. That is all the reason why that I talk about the prepaids and kind of try to highlight what they're doing good and try to highlight what they could do better at. I know Boost Mobile is considered quote unquote postpaid. It's still a cheaper option out there, and they have a prepaid side. And you can go with that if you don't want to worry about, credit checks and things like that. Well, that's just my position of why I've been on YouTube for so long and why I do this, why I'm always pushing that, why I don't ever really gravitate towards the postpaid plans. They're good, and they got a lot of things that they're offering customers, obviously. They got a higher priority access, obviously. But if you're trying to save money, that's not going to help you save money. In fact, you're spending more money. That's the reason why they have a lot of services and things tied into it. It's to justify the pricing. So, anyways, that is pretty much it. I know it's a very short podcast this Monday, but yeah, if you guys like what I discussed about in today's quick live stream, smash the like button. Again, that really helps. Up there in the upper left corner, that is the QR code to scan if you want to try out Helium Mobile and get your first month for free on me. Just scan that QR code up there. Promo code is into the description. Exactly how it's typed, all caps. That's how you would type it, and you'll save. Your first month will be free. It'll be on me. That's it for today. Stay on the lookout for a video dropping later on this afternoon. I don't want to give it away when I'm making a video on. And if you guys are wrestling fans, head over to the Twist and Tap podcast because I am about to discuss the whole thing with Survivor Series 2024 War Games to give you guys my thoughts on that. So, and then the Varieties channel, I'm gonna start doing some reaction videos to some pretty weird videos. So you guys don't want to miss that. Subscribe to IRL Tito, and don't miss out on those things. So till then, I will see you guys in a future live. Aloha.